Alright guys, what's up? It's JDawgs and I am back for another episode of Feed the Beast Monster here in the Spiritcraft FTB server. And I've been hard at work trying to figure out some of these different bees that I want to work with. The first thing I want to share with you guys is I want to go up and go ahead and get that stone princess, I think it was, or whatever kind it was, that we were trying to get a special thing for. We've still got the lightning going on there in the distance, but we've got this guy going on. Actually, we need to let it finish up its current cycle, but I wonder, this also poses a question. I wonder if we can implement it while it's in its form. So if we take the beealizer and put this guy in here, you can see it only produces one drone every time it goes through. I don't like that. I don't want that. I want better. Now the rest of the stuff is alright. It says short, slowest. So it'd be you know, better if these said faster and stuff, but that's alright. I can deal with that. But what I need is I need it to produce more than just one drone every time it goes through. Well, I found out a couple different things. So first of all, you can see I got some more blank genes up here. We're going to take those out for a moment. I got another effect none, which we already put on last time, if you guys remember that, where we put it into the template. Well, this time I got the fertility 3, and I was thinking, well, man, we've only got one of those. What do I do if I want to put that on something else? You know, will we have to make a genetic template each time for it? And the answer is no, because I forgot to mention this last one, the genetic transposer. We can actually take the gene sample. You can also do it with the entire genetic template, but you can make a copy of the entire thing here. So say we want another fertility, we'll put the fertility there, we'll put a sample there, and it's going to make a duplicate of this gene sample. Now it says here it takes 20,000 MJs, genetics labware, which is only consumed 1 out of every 5 operations. The blank samples and templates go into the bottom left slot. Okay, so we kind of showed how that went in there. So now we have a fertility here, and we have another fertility here. So we can just duplicate those anytime we want to, which is really nice, which means we can stick that onto all of our bees now, and make it to where all of our bees will now do that same thing. Now, since this says effect none, I'm going to go ahead and combine that with this fertility 3, because most of the time we don't want an effect on what we do. So I'm going to go ahead and put that onto this one. So now, anytime we do effect none, it's also going to add fertility 3. You can see it gave us our blank gene sample back, so now I can stick those back in there for when we run some stuff through here. So now I want to take this queen, and we're going to see if it will put on fertility and make it no effect. So we're going to run it through here real quick. I've got the power storing up there, but we've got plenty enough in here to do what we need to today. It's still running out of power. I even took the geothermal generator, and I have it taking the lava that I have backed up and using it to put more power in there. And it's just so much power we need, and so we're going to address that today too. So now if you hold this, you can see that it says diurnal nocturnal, and it says rocks, slower worker, short life. But now if we look here, you'll see that it says it's going to give us 3 every time it goes through, which is exactly what we want. So now we're going to take this guy back upstairs. Boop and a boop. Oh, we need to sleep too. Now it doesn't matter with this guy technically, because he can now go at night. And you'll see when he gets done, we're actually going to get 3 off of that. So let's go down here and sleep real quick, just so that the other guys can get going. And eventually, I also want to get where they pollinate more, which means we get more combs. So that's one that I want to get also, is pollination, high pollination. Okay, so the next thing that we've been working on, I don't know how, is this still only got a little bit left? Yeah, okay, so we'll wait for that. While we're waiting for that, the other thing that, like I said, we're going to address today is the fact that I am running off lava, but once the current pool that I'm doing from underneath our house runs out, I'm not going to use pools of lava anymore. So I need to find a way to make lava, and a way that I can make lava to where it's not going to cost more power to make it than it is that it's going to give us, because we need it to give us lots and lots of power. So that's where you can see I've been looking up these demonic princesses. Okay, so to explain these, a demonic princess produces this special comb. So if we look in here, you can see right here it produces a simmering comb. Now we've talked about this before, but I wasn't fully knowledgeable of what it does. So this simmering comb here is what we need to make lava. Now you're probably asking yourself, how do we make lava from the simmering comb? Well, if we right click on that and go over, you'll see that it gives us refractory wax, which we've had before, but it also gives us phosphor. This is what I'm after is phosphor. And if you right click on that, you'll see that we can go over, and if we put it into a squeezer, it actually gives us lava. Now, by doing this, yes, we'll need sand or dirt, not a big deal. We've got tons of dirt, tons of sand. But it will make lava. We can either put it into buckets, we can put it into cells, we can have it pumped straight out into another thing, which is probably what I'm going to do. But you'll guys remember the squeezer because we have it back here. Whoops, a little bit of lag. So if you look right here, we've used this for honey previously. Well, I can empty this of the honey, or we can just make another one if I want to. And we can start pumping that phosphor once it makes the lava, pump the lava straight into our cell, the big tank we've made down below. So I've got the current pool of lava, and this tank down here that I've filled right there, and this is going to give us a ton, by the way. This is 300, what is that? 3,920,000 millibuckets. So that's going to last a long time. But eventually it's going to run out, and we're going to need to refill it. And so that's where that wax comes in. Now, me personally, when I was looking it up, I thought, okay, this is the highest one that you can make, the demonic princess. Obviously, it's going to be the best one. After a little research, I found out this is not true. The demonic princess takes 1.7 minutes to produce one of those combs. If we go and look at what makes it, we have a sinister and a fiendish, okay? And if we look at what makes those, where is it? Okay, one of these is embedded. I don't remember which one it is, but there's one called embedded, or embittered. The embittered takes 1.7 minutes also to produce a comb. But if we take a look at this one here, called a fiendish drone, okay? Now, it takes a sinister and a cultivated to make a fiendish, okay? But the thing is it only takes 50 seconds. Instead of the 1.7 minutes, it only takes 50 seconds to produce a comb. So it's actually going to be the best one to make. Even though it's not the highest tier, even though it's not the fancy one, it's going to produce it faster. So for getting the lava, that's what we need. Now, the difference here is if we were to make the demonic one, you can actually see that it not only produces the comb, but it also has a chance to give us glowstone. So I'll probably run those through eventually and get some of those too, but my focus is going to be the fiendish. Okay, so we want to go ahead and head downstairs here. We're going to go over here where we can combine our bees again, and I'm going to target the fiendish, which are these right here. So we need a sinister princess and a cultivated drone. So if we click on the sinister, you'll see we need a modest and a cultivated, or a tropical and a cultivated. So you can see I've got some tropicals here, and I've got several cultivateds. And hopefully this will work right. We're going to take a tropical, we're going to put in a cultivated, and hopefully we're going to get this fiendish princess or queen that I'm looking for. I think it's the only one that it can give us. Okay, so there's the sinister. So I want to try once more for another sinister. Hopefully we get it. And then once we're done with these sinisters, then we can actually give them a cultivated, and that's going to give us the fiendish. Yes, okay, so we have a... Oh, we actually have to breed these out. I did not think of that. Okay, so you can look here, if we run these through real quick, you're going to see that these say that they are now nether, diurnal, and nocturnal. Okay, so that means Their temperature is also hellish. Oops, sticky keys. So the temperature is also hellish, and it says arid. So we need to give them a proper place to do their stuff. So we could technically take them to the Nether, which we might, but I want to see if they're going to go through. Let's turn our power back on over here. Go ahead and grab these. I try to make it a habit of grabbing some of these every time I go through to get some of these cooked up, because there's so much of it. It's just crazy. Alright, so get some more of that cooking. Alright, and we can go over here. So there are upgrades that we can put into our current things that will make it to where the temperature and the humidity is not a big deal. But we can also, we have some of those things that are down below. And I don't know if we have a temperature one that's going to be really good if we do. I think we actually did have one. That's actually going to be something that might help us here. Okay, so fertility, effect, flowering, cave dwelling, humidity tolerance. Okay, so that says none. Humidity arid, and then none. So the tolerance is not what we're looking for. Territory, attuned, still don't know what that means. Temperature tolerance, again, you can see here it says down 2. So that might be something that we can try into one of these guys. We'll duplicate it before we put it in there. Temperature tolerance again. Tolerant flyer. Okay, so I'm going to try, we're going to duplicate this guy. And we're going to come over here and put that in there. Let it run through. So we have another tolerance just in case we need it. Like I said, I'm kind of experimenting with this, so hopefully we can do this right. So let's put that in there. Now, I don't need it to do an effect, which I don't believe this one does anyways. Whoops, what did I do? Okay, there we go. Okay, so effect aggressive. So this is actually going to be helpful to us. Oh, let's pick that guy up. So we want to remove the effect. It's going to give it a ×3, which right now it's ×2. So actually that's going to be really good too. So we can do 3 for the price of 1 on trying to get rid of all of this stuff here. So let's take this, put it up there. Let's see how that works. Hopefully it's going to help us and not hurt us too much. So we started out where it said hellish, and then down 2, and then arid, and then none. So I think it's going to get rid of the down 2, which basically means that it's willing to go down and be hotter but not go up. So hellish and then none is what it says now. So now it just wants hellish. So technically we could run some of this other stuff through and try to change that, but I'm actually kind of happy with that. So let's take this. Let's run that one through. Do we have one for flowers? I don't think we do. Flowering slowest. Let's see here. Nope. Okay, so that's going to be about it. Whoops. Should be about done. And that's going to be really nice for these guys. And I don't know if we're going to be able... And it did remove, I think... Yeah, so there's no longer an aggressive effect to these guys. We can get that back later if we want it, but right now I don't want it. I don't want them to be aggressive. I don't want them to be mean. I want them to be nice little bees. So let's go over here. This guy's done, so now we have a tolerant princess, and you'll see we've got a whole lot more drones here that have been produced. So let's see what we got from this. We got one that only gives the 1, and then 3. Okay, that also says 1 and 3. I don't know why they didn't stack. Let's see what the difference is. No difference there. No difference there. Odd. I wonder why they don't stack. I don't see any difference. And my computer's trying to restart, so I'm going to tell it 4 hours and postpone. Okay. So I don't know why it did that. They should stack. I don't see any differences. Yeah, that's kind of weird that they don't stack. And this also says fertility 1, and then, so that's the active, and then inactive is 3. So I don't know how that works. But we want this one and probably this one to go, and we'll keep that guy behind for now. So now we have a tolerant that we can combine, which we probably will here shortly. Let's go sleep real quick. So I know these last couple episodes I've been working a lot with bees, but I'm really trying to get a little bit more into them than I have previously with bees. And I'm learning a lot of new stuff. So I think if we ever mess with these in a future mod pack, I'm definitely going to be able to get a lot further than we have previously. So let's check on this guy. He's still doing the work. We don't have anything hooked up just yet because we're still storing our power back up. Alright, so I'm going to grab an apiary and let's see how this is going to work. We're just going to kind of test this out and see what it wants to do. So right off the bat, it says hostile environment. So it wants to be in the nether. Normally I would try to say, well, let's not do the nether, blah, 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 blah. But I think we're going to go ahead and take these guys to the nether because I think it's going to be easier and a lot quicker just to take them over there. There we go. And we can probably speed up the process. I don't know if these speed it up or slow it down. 3, 1, 2, 3. So we have 6. Okay, so let's head to the nether real quick. Now, we do have different things that we can make that change the temperature and everything for our bees. But then they also make it use more power if we decide to do it through the electrical way. And we're already really low on power. So we're going to attempt to go to the nether here quickly. Hopefully nothing bad gets near us. I don't see anything directly bad near us. I'm just going to put these guys down right here. And they should do the work. Oh, hellish and arid. Temperature 200, humidity, arid 0. Okay. Well, are they working now? Let's boop, boop, boop. And I think they're going to get to work. Now I wonder... No flowers. Okay. So now we need some kind of flower from the nether, which is the easiest one is going to be probably this nether wart right here. So let's take that guy, bring him over, plant him down. We can get to work with him. And a boop. Is that going to satisfy you guys? Yep. So you can see that they're going away. They're doing their thing. Let's plant these down somewhere just for the sake of getting them out of our inventory. Alright, so these guys are going to run through their little cycle. Now, the good thing is that we can be here in the nether. Normally these would damage us. I've had these before. Well, not these in particular, but nether bees before. And normally they will damage you and hurt you. But luckily, since we took and removed the effect from these, you can see they're already producing these simmering combs, okay? So we're going to take a couple of these back with us. I don't know if it's going to keep the chunk loaded or not. We'll see. If not, we'll have to probably just AFK in here for a little bit or something. But I want to take these combs with us. A little bit of a lag spike coming through the nether. Just got to give it time. Okay. Alright, so we're over here. And I want to show you guys the process of how we're going to end up using these combs. So, like I said, the one squeezer we have currently has honey in it. I'll either just pop it loose and get rid of the honey, which it's not a real big deal that we won't be able to use it. because we're not really using a whole lot of honey right now. Not that. This one here. So you can see it's really full of honey. We could even take it out by the bucketfuls if we needed to, or whatever we want to do with that. But right now we're going to break these down. I need power here. Oh, you got to turn the main power on. Boop. Okay, boop, and a boop. We should have plenty of power stored up now. Yeah, we've got a nice chunk of power. I need to let this fully recharge one of these days. It uses it so fast when I turn those machines down in the bottom on, or if I turn the bees on. They just get used up so fast. Okay, this was going to try to do these, but I'm not going to do those right now. I want those simmering combs done. So you can see, boom, right there we got phosphor. And that time we did not, unfortunately. But see, now we can take the phosphor, and again, as you can see, we'll run it through the squeezer, and 2 phosphor and a dirt or sand will give us 2.0 here and 1.6 here. So we're actually going to get the most if we run it through with sand, which I don't see a problem running it through with sand, because we produce free sand basically from the tree farm. And it only takes 1 sand for every 2. Right now we're at about half of a barrel, roughly. I think we've got some stored up over here that I haven't even brought over yet. Let's check here real quick. Yeah, I've got another one here. So we can just take this guy. But, yeah, that's going to start producing lava for us, and that's going to be a constant production of lava. Now, of course, we do want to bring those guys back over here. So once they're done, I actually want to bring them over so we can combine them again and get our theme dish, because that's what I'm ultimately after. Let's move this. So actually, since we have this guy, what did we need to combine him with? I forget. Diamond drone princess. Okay, so we need to combine, no, this one here. So a Rocky with a tolerant. So let's go get one of our purebred Rockies. We have tons of those, especially from the quarries. We get tons of purebred Rocky drones. So we'll take one of those out. It's a pristine. And we're going to get one of these spare apiaries and put it over here next to this other guy. And we're going to put the Rocky and the tolerant. Now, actually, we're not going to do that, because this guy is purebred. We can actually combine them down here instead of having to wait and see what we need to get. I almost forgot. Okay, so let's go in here instead, put the Rocky and the tolerant, and that should give us our next level one that we need, which I believe is the robust, and then we'll have to run that guy through. Yes, perfect. So now we can take the robust up. Let's see what he produces real quick. So the robust gives us, so see, again, he only gives us 1, so we're going to need to put that effect on him again. Rocks, slowest, short, and yeah, still stone stuff. So let's run him through with this thing again. Simple run through, real fast. And so this is going to make it to where, again, fertility 3, temperature none, which is not a big deal for this guy, and the effect is none. So again, he didn't have an effect, but this is a nice one to use on your basic bee so that it removes anything bad, which I think is ultimately going to be what we put a bunch of stuff on this one for, to remove anything bad. So now if we look at this guy again, you can see that it says diurnal, nocturnal, humidity, normal, and then both 2. But if we go here, you can see now it does 3 on both of these, which is really, really nice. Okay, so I think we're just about done. I know we've had about 2 episodes of this, of where we've been messing with the bees, but I've been having tons of fun messing with these guys. Let's run him through, and he's going to be just fine. I think we're going to go check on our hell bees real quick, and we're going to call it an episode, guys. Let's see how these guys are working. see if they're done, see if they've been producing more. We may have to AFK in the nether for a little while. Either that or put a spot loader or something over here. Let's see what we got. So anyways, if you guys have suggestions for me, I know that there's a lot of stuff with bees that I don't really know about. So if you know, things that I'm not sure about, or if you see me having issues with stuff, feel free to let me know. Okay, so we do have a little bit going. They seem to be going really slow though. So yeah, I may need to AFK here or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, they don't seem to go very fast here in the nether. So that's going to be one of the things I'm probably going to have to do. But anyways, if you guys did enjoy, I'm going to go back out here, check these guys, see how fast they're going kind of real quick. Yeah, so you can see they're going down while I'm here. I don't know if I don't think they've gone down since I've been gone because the chunk wasn't loaded, so I'm probably going to have to stay in the nether for a little while. But anyways, like I said, if you guys have any comments, suggestions, criticism for me, be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this episode and you want to see more Feed the Beast Monster, if you enjoy the bees or anything like that, feel free to show your love by hitting that like button. It really does help me out. And of course, if you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. I put out new videos every day of the week. And I will see you guys next time for yet another episode of Feed the Beast Monster. Take it easy. Peace out.